Peace, family. Listen, really quick. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Okay. One of my really close sisters, just messaged me a few moments ago. And she was basically asking me about genetically modified foods and hybrid foods. And basically, if there's any substance to those so-called foods, when we eat them. So my answer to her was basically this. Genetically modified. Let's use an apple for an example, right? You take an apple and you take the genes inside of that apple and you reconstruct those genes, or you change those genes in any type of way, in the smallest way. You change the coding inside of that apple, the thing that makes an apple, you change one single little strand of anything inside of that apple, it no longer becomes an apple. It's no longer an apple. Whatever name they decide to put on it then is whatever it is that they put on it. But it's no longer an apple. So whatever benefits an apple have on your body, that GMO product, genetically modified organism, that thing that once was a living substance is no longer a living substance. It's no longer a living live organism. What it has become now is something completely different, something completely foreign. And basically, when you put this genetically modified organism or hybrid food, processed foods inside of your temple, inside of your body, automatically, first of all, when we're eating certain foods, when we're eating live foods from the earth, these foods contains information inside of them. So when we put them inside of our body, the information inside of that food is going to bind with the information inside of our DNA and inside of our bloodstream, inside of our physical makeup, even our mental makeup, and on all levels. That information is going to feed itself and bind itself with our being. So that's how we benefit from foods. That's how we grow. That's how we develop. It's not really the physical part of the food that we're consuming that keeps us growing and developing. It's the actual information that's inside of the food. The information that's inside of the food. The information that we put inside of our body that gets processed through the intelligence of our own body. That's how we grow. That's how we develop into into whole beings. By eating holistic foods, we become holistic beings. Now, like I said, when you're taking genetically modified organisms, hybrid foods, and you're putting them inside of your body, you are basically allowing those foods to shift and change the information inside of your genes. Now, this is what the agenda is really all about. It's about them taking full control over the food industry and even the seeds, even all the way down to the seeds, taking full control over the food, the seeds, everything that we consume, the water, everything that we consume, taking full control over it and manipulating it in such a way to where when we consume it, or even the air, when we breathe it in, we become controllable. We become controllable. And so basically, they are enslaving us through these different products. They're enslaving us through the products. But it's just on such a deeper level than it was before, when they had our ancestors, when they had us shackled up in chains, and tied up to the trees. This is on a whole nother completely different level. We are dealing with some damn mad scientists that work inside of laboratories with the intentions of keeping people stuck at the lowest frequency level possible, so that way you can remain a controllable, make sure I'm not covering this, so that way you can remain a controllable substance. So now back to the genetically modified. So when they genetically modify these foods, they are changing the genes inside of these foods, changing and rearranging the information inside of these foods. So what's going to happen when they go and you consume them inside of your body? If we already know that we are eating whole foods, when we eat whole foods, that food is going to bind itself. Well, the food that we eat, the information inside of it is going to bind itself with the information inside of our DNA and with inside of our genes. So now when we take these genetically modified foods and we put them inside of our temples, inside of our body, that new information that they have deliberately, for whatever reason, for whatever purpose, and you have to question these things, why even bother that? Why even genetically modify that? Why take the time out to change the information inside of certain foods that the human population is going to consume? Because that information now is going to bind itself with your genes, and it's going to now start reconstructing your genes and changing and transforming your genes. So now, if that's a genetically modified food that you're eating, what are you? You are now, or you have now become a genetically modified organism yourself. Get that. Genetically modified, because what you just consumed and put in your body just took that information and binded itself with it. And especially for melanated beings, because melanin is straight carbon. Like, that's melanin takes anything, and it's like a magnet. It holds on to it so tight. And it's really difficult for it to let go of. So, for melanated beings, this is just doing the worst type of damage to us, like, possible. So, I just wanted to really get on here and make you guys aware that, we have to become more conscious, health conscious of what we're putting inside of our body. And, we really don't have any excuse, because there's so much information out here. But see, the thing is, I don't even think it's the information. It's the discipline and the self-control. Having self-control and having discipline, having enough discipline to do what you know is right by you. Putting and consuming life, putting life inside of your body. And, what else I wanted to say? Oh, so the same sister that had reached out to me is really, really, really amazing, because I've known her since we were like little. Like, this is one of my best friends from years ago. And, I got to watch her transition from living a regular life that people are out here living, a regular unconscious, unaware life, just going through life, blah, that type of life, to, switching up her lifestyle, like completely all the way around, especially when it comes to like her eating habits. She completely switched up her eating habits. And she used to call me crazy, like when, I used to come around her and tell her certain things, put her on a certain type of things, and she even let me know the other day, when you used to come around, when you used to talk that crazy talk, that stuff about Africa and all of that, I thought you was like really crazy. She said, but now I'm starting to come around and I'm starting to see certain things. So she's starting to read certain books and get into certain things, and just, not even just on that level, just like her mind is like really, really expanding and opening up. But what she did first was change her diet. She cut out all meat. She stopped eating meat. Initially, she stopped eating meat, and she got really disciplined with her eating lifestyle. And so from that point, from that moment, she started opening up, because all of those toxins, all of the, all of that dead weight, it was not only, affecting her physical body, but it was also putting a strain on her mind. Because we have to think about it. The food that we eat, the food that we consume, we become. And that's just like I was telling her, like, the reason why a lot of the reason why we out here acting so crazy, running around here killing each other, acting like animals, acting like jackasses and animals, is because that's what we are consuming. We're consuming animals. We're consuming cows. The reason a lot of us is just so damn lazy and sitting around, don't have the energy to get up and go after our purpose, or even, not even, like, just so damn lazy to where we can't even think. We can't even think on a certain level. We can't even allow our mind to transcend this low vibrational shit, this bullshit that, that we see every single day. Every single day. We can't even allow our minds to transcend the lower level things in order for us to have higher thought processes, in order for us to be able to expand our awareness. We're that lazy. We're that lazy to where we can't even take control over our own thoughts. You're that lazy to where you can't even take control over your own emotions, your own thoughts. You just rather just let them go off. And, whatever happens, however I feel, well, that's just how I'm supposed to be feeling right now. It'll be better tomorrow. Oh, this is just what I'm supposed to be thinking right now. No. We have the power to control our thoughts, control our emotions, therefore control our life. But we too lazy to do that because we're sitting around eating lazy-ass animals, just like a cow. I was telling her, a cow walk around and grazes the field all fucking day. A chicken walks around and all day inside of a pen all day long. That's all they do. Pigs just roll around in filth and eat garbage all day. Does that not sound like the average human? So all I'm doing is just basically making you aware. Making you aware. Hold on, I got my bracelet stuck in my hair. Can't put my phone down there. But yeah, making everybody aware, and even myself, to remind myself that we have to pay attention to what we're putting inside of our bodies. We have to. Okay? So that's it. I love my locks. I just finished doing yoga. Y'all, there's just so much. There's so much that we have to, there's just so much that we have to check ourselves on every day. Like, we can't keep getting checked by people, because I'm pretty sure, like, I know I get checked constantly. Even if it's not by a person, it's by something that the universe puts in front of me to reminds me, okay, you need to get this straight, or you need to chill out with this, or you need to go ahead and move forward with this. Like, we need to constantly be checking ourselves and checking in on ourselves, you know, and stop taking life for a joke, man. Like, or if you decide if you want to take life for a joke, like, don't you be around other people that take life for a joke, so y'all joking asses can go over there and be in y'all own little corner somewhere without disrupting everybody else, or the other people, you know, other people that's really trying to elevate and fulfill their purpose here on this planet, you know. Because, you know, I don't have time. I ain't got time for it. I don't. But I'm feeling really good. I hope y'all have a beautiful, divine day today. You know, I'm sending y'all love, light, peace, and even the bitchiness, and even the devil part of you, because sometimes we have to activate that part of ourselves, especially when dealing with niggas and devils, you know, which is really one and the same. You know, we have to activate that part of ourselves. It's there for a reason. It's to defend us, keep us protected and covered. But alright, y'all, peace, love, and light, and all the other good stuff.